under God's, control. Your spirit returns back to God who gave it. Now, but here's one point I just want to mention on the side. That spirit that returns to God who gave it, it's not conscious of anything. And there's a reason it's not conscious of anything. How do we know that the spirit of man that returns to God who gave it is not conscious of anything? How do we know that? James 2 and verse 26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. In other words, what James is saying is when you separate your spirit from your body, the body returns to the dust of the earth, the spirit returns to God who gave it, it results in a condition called death. Now, we all know that death is a bad thing, but death is temporary. God is going to take that spirit, the recording of you, and give it back to you at the resurrection. Also, he's going to give you a new body. Okay, so that spirit of you, your spiritual DNA, is going to be transfused into a new body at the resurrection. So death is only temporary for human beings. Okay, and that's great news. But what I'm dealing with is, will I ever see my favorite pet again? Now, I want to say this. As far as some pets, I talked about my ducky love that I had with a duck at age 12. I have no desire to see that pet again. There's probably a lot of pets that you've had that you don't really care to see again, to be honest with you. But then you've got your favorite, you see. All right. It was one minister talked about that sometimes young people, they get all wrapped up in this life and they say, well, when Christ returns and the kingdom is set up on this earth, will I be able to drive a car 80 miles an hour and throw it in a curve and hear the tires squall and take off spinning? And, will I be able to do all these things in the kingdom of God when Christ sets up his kingdom on this earth? And, the answer is, well, if you want to, sure, you'll be able to do that. But chances are you're not going to want to. We got to realize that when we get into when Christ establishes his government on this earth, there's a lot of things you're going to be able to do that's just going to be more important. You're going to have a greater sense of love, appreciation, a greater sense of peace than you've ever had in your entire life. And you're going to be able to, let's say, to travel at the speed of thought. Jesus appeared to his disciples. They were locked in a room and he went straight through a stone wall and appeared to his disciples. How would you like to do that? He was a spirit being at that point, and spirit beings can do, and flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God. We're going to be changed from flesh to spirit. So we're going to be completely different when Christ returns and resurrects us and gives us that new body. And we're going to be able to do a lot of cool things that would just blow your mind. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the incredible things that God has in store for us. It's going to be amazing.
Check us out on the web at isthatreallyinthebible.com.